Hey everybody, this is a fourth quarter regular season SOMIFA game between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to broadcast the entire game. We may have some broadcasting of me just watching the game while I have to go off and do other stuff. But I figured I'd tune in and see if we can get this going. Maybe I'll ask one of the other coaches to join me as my color commentator and have them take over if I have to leave. Here is a short pass on first and goal from the 8. Now, the Jets got the ball first. They drove down to the 33-yard line of the Bears, and they faced a fourth and six. Fourth and six, I think? Yeah, maybe fourth and five. And they converted it on a short pass to Ertz, or a flat pass to Ertz, hit a short gain on Lux 3. So here we sit, second and goal at the 8. The Jets go three wide. Andrew Luck on his swan song curled to Julio Jones is being double covered by Jesse Bates. So even with a double cover, he still had some chances for a completion. Um, that brings up third and goal. Brad is not showing blitz. Tom has pretty good pass blocker, 7-7-7 5 5. So that's tough to get that sack going. And even Christian McCaffrey's a 5. And you see Brad has a lot of fours in the secondary, four strong safety, four first DB, four right, four right corner, first cornerback, and down and out to McCaffrey, and it's incomplete. So Tom will settle for a field goal attempt here by Sebastian Janikowski. So let's see if and then the field goal is up and good. Took up a good chunk of the first quarter on that long, slow drive, and he missed the kickoff. But Matt Ryan and the Bears are going to start at their own 39. You see, he's got Marlon Mack, Michael Thomas, and Traquan Smith, Ian Thomas, and Durham Smythe. Now, Durham Smythe is a sneaky tight end card. He kept throwing to him when I played him, and I was like, "What? Why is he throwing to him?" But he was pretty effective against me. The card doesn't show it, but maybe he's somebody to keep in mind. Covered by 4. Thomas is good too. Actually, Ian Thomas is better. He's actually a decent tight end. So he goes two tight end set, bomb to Traquan Smith, covered by 5 right off the bat. It's a dump off for 10 yards, and just like that, the Bears are near midfield. Let me send off a text real quick. See if Michael can join me. Maybe Dan, I don't know. First and 10, same formation against the 3-4. Tom's defensive line is really strong. Pitch out left to Max, going to pick up 5. He goes 6-6-5 across the D line with some decent pass rush. Melvin Ingram's 6'8", Kenny Clark's a 6'6", and Reader's a 5'2". He has somebody on third down that he'll bring in to replace Reader. His linebackers 4-0-3, 5-6-4, 5-5-3, and 4-5-4. He's got 2-5 cornerbacks and a 5 free safety. It's Joe Hayden, William Jackson. Quick out right to Ian Thomas. Guessed wrong. On second and 5, he's going to pick up 20 thanks to the white die 6. And just like that, the Bears are in field goal territory. We need to do one of these broadcasts to make sure we're ready for the playoffs. There's old sneaky Mike Davis. Not really sneaky, but he has a great card. He's going to garner some run calls from Tom, I bet. Off tackle linebacker. He doesn't do much end run, but doesn't have to do much. At the very least, Tom will plug some zones when he's in the game. Bomb to Traquan Smith. It's going to be a dump off, but incomplete. On the D cards, that would have been a long game. And that was Ryan Anderson's 3 pass rush rating against Greg Van Roten. Only a 6% chance of a sack. So Mike Davis stays in there in the 2 tight end set. Off tackle left to Davis is going to go on the D cards for a 5-yard gain with 1 man in zone. Sorry, I'm being quiet here. I'm going to get Mike to join me here. So how do I do this? We're going to invite, copy to clipboard. 3rd and 5 at the 21. It's a 9-yard pickup, square into Traquan Smith, and it's 1st and 10 at the 12. I got to email this out. Look at how many tabs I have open. That's ridiculous. That'll get me to Gmail. 1st and 10 at the 12. And Mike Davis stays in there. Perfect for the spot. He hits one of the short gains for a touchdown. There's a lot of pressure on Tom. Inside run to Davis. Picks up 6. So you see that 7 or 8 would have been a short gain. And if he had gone off tackle, a 7's a short gain. So he chose the wrong column there, but it would have been good on the D cards because there was nobody there. Although he is facing a 6 nose tackle. So Michael is going to join us. And let's see, he's not there yet. 2nd and 4 now. Full house for the Bears. Marlon Mack's a great card, too. This guy is even better because you can run him to all 3 columns. He has the big hits, and he's better in the passing game, I think. Maybe pretty similar. Not a great receiver. 2nd and 4, full house. Off tackle right to Davis. He's going to lose a yard. Oh, it's a fumble, and the Jets knock the ball out. So that ends that threat. Mike Davis, who only has the minimum number of fumbles, 6 out of 1,000, and a 2 comes up. So that, unlike the occurrence, ends that drive. Inside run to McCaffrey, called correctly. You know, that kind of unfortunate befalls you. You just got to keep plugging. If you get him 3 and out and he punts the ball, you can get it right back. Let's go to the forum. 2nd and 7, quick out right to Mark Andrews. And so much for a 3 and out, but Andrews' card is nasty. Whew. It's going to pick up 15, just right. 1st and 10 out to the 25. Gore is in the game. Score out left to Julio Jones, being double covered, but by a linebacker. So that's just going to be on a flat pass. It doesn't really matter. So Tom's hitting the flats effectively with luck, running the ball as well. Up front, Brad goes J.J. Watt 6'12", Maurice Hurst 4'5", Deshaun Hand 5'4", and Aaron Donald 6'12", 7. He's got the best defensive ends as a group in the league. Screen left to Frank Gore. Guessed right. It's going to pick up 4. 4 for Gore, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Let me go check. Michael is here. I'm going to add him to the stream.
Right here, buddy.
On the screen. How do? This is a little different program. StreamYard, it's just a website, kind of like YouTube. So you don't need any special software. But you're limited in some of the features, I'm sure, that more professional broadcast packages can do. So if you hear me go quiet, like if I go out to check on my kids, they're outside playing, you can take over, okay? Okay.
Oh, sure thing.
So 2nd and 6 there, and it's a negative gain, which means it's incomplete on a look-in. Small chance for a sack there, 11 out of 100. Just to fill you in on the game so far, the Jets got the ball first, drove down for a touchdown. They converted a 4th and 6 from the Bears' 33 on a flat pass to Ertz. Then the Bears got the ball, drove all the way down to like the 4-yard line, where Mike Davis fumbled. It's like a 1,000 fumbler. Here's a run to the outside, but he's not going to get any blocking help, as Riley Reif's only a 5 against the white guy 6. So that's where Tom got the ball inside his own 5, drove it out to the 40, and now he's punting. So that brings you up to date on the first quarter of action.
Okay.
And, there's an 8-yard return. And Brad is eliminated from the playoffs. The Bears are 7 and 8. But they want to play spoiler because the Jets are 7 and 5. And they need to go at least 2 and 2 to get in the mini playoffs. 3 and 1 or 4 and 0 will get them in the playoffs straight up. So how is your SOMIFA team doing? How's the old Chiefs, now Browns?
I know, boy. I believe we are 8 and 4. I think.
You haven't played any games yet? Come on.
No, I don't believe I have. It's just league after league after league, and I've been trying to batch play them. Basically, I got another S28 in tonight, and wrapped up Autumn Wind earlier this week. So
good.
My next focus was going to be S28, but I have had some emails about getting some of these SOMIFA games scheduled. I plan to play them this weekend.
Ryan ran for 8 yards there on a long pass. 5-yard pickup on 2nd and 2 by Mike Davis. Now, Davis has one of those really nice short gains everywhere card. Limited carries, but still very effective. Marlon Mack is his other back, and he's equally as good. So he'll have a lot of opportunities to run the ball. And of course, there's that guy Durham Smythe. I was mentioning on the broadcast earlier that in my game it was like, Durham Smythe, what is he? Who is this guy? It's like somebody in the set I'd never heard of. And he must have caught about 5 or 6 passes against me because I just refused to double him. Like, well, who is this joker?
Right.
His card's not that great. Slanty Ian Thomas being double covered by Tom. Nice call there, but it's complete thanks to Matt Ryan's bullseye, his dead-eye accuracy there. So I finished 9 and 7 in this league. Let's see what I did against Chicago. I won that game, but Durham Smith, the mighty Durham Smith, only caught 2 passes, but one of them was a 19-yarder. Maybe that's why it irritated me.
They were impactful. I know who that guy is. It took me a little bit to realize that. That's the Dolphins' backup tight end.
Nice. Mike Gaiseki's caddy. There's an incomplete flat pass.
Hey, Gaiseki, I picked him in the 5th round of Autumn Wind.
Yeah, nice pull. He started off slow, but he's looked a lot better in the second half.
Sure, yeah.
Where it seemed like Fitzpatrick, when he heated up, he was looking for him, and he caught that game-winning touchdown on Sunday.
I got a 50-catch tight end. That's pretty nice. And Brashad Perriman, who was terrible for like the first 10 games. Did you see what he did for the last 6?
Oh man, he was huge.
He was crazy.
As soon as that opportunity opened up, he really stepped it up.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd and 10. Chicago goes back to Mike Davis here instead of Marlon Mack.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter how bad Winston is. It depends on how many passes Brashad Perriman catches. I don't care. He can throw every play. I just have his receiver.
The interceptions don't bother you when
not a bit.
Targets. So it was a deep pass there to Traquan Smith that fell incomplete. Hit the interception split on the D card.
This is refreshing, actually. For whatever reason, maybe it's the autumn wind habit, but I've turned off my animation, and I've not been playing literally any games with animation at all. I've kind of missed it, actually.
Yeah, you got to have animation on. And, if you need help getting it speeded up to a decent speed, let me know. But you just need to have that pushed all the way to the fastest speed and make sure that you, if you're on a laptop, make sure you have it plugged in, because if it goes to that low power mode, it'll
Right.
crawl. So
it's just a nice little callback to electric football.
Yeah, for sure. It's 3rd and 10. Marlon Mack in the game. He does not go 3 wide. He stays base, which gives you something to think about. He might go. Tom's got a 0 run defense linebacker here. He could run an end run at him, or run an off tackle to this side, thinking he'd move him over. It is a pitch out to that side, but it's actually to the other side. And if it would have hit the offensive cars, that could have been a first down because no containment. But instead, it's a 3-yard gain. It would have been a 7-yard gain with nobody in the zone. Maybe he would have thought about going for it, but it's definitely a punting situation here, 4th and 7. Goes for the coffin corner.
He's going to get it.
All right. Nice. Down to the 9. Okay, Michael, take over for a little bit. I'm going to go check on the kids.
Sure thing. Okay, everybody. This is Michael Reeves taking over this broadcast for Dennis Crowley. We are featuring a SOMIFA game this evening. The Bears, who have been eliminated from the playoffs, are taking on the New York Jets. That's the Jets with the ball. It's McCaffrey in the backfield, who in real life became the 3rd player in NFL history with 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in a single season. There's a pass over the middle, and it's caught, and it's a pickup of 11 yards on the play and a first down. That was a 10-yard pass from Andrew Luck. Does he have the 2? Now I have to blow this up just a tad, so I'm kind of moving the screen around. Hopefully that's not showing up on your end. I don't believe that is the case. That was a quick hitter over the middle for 4.
Yeah, I think I'm just sharing my screen. So I think
Good.
My screen will come up so you can do whatever you want with your screen.
I have this on my iPad, so I get the chance to triple finger blow everything up, basically, so I can take a look at this a little bit closer. There's a nice run up the middle. Pick up a 6 on the play.
That's cool that you can do that with an iPad.
Oh, it's fantastic. Actually, I've got a program now that I can use it as I can stream stuff to this, and I can play anywhere in the house, basically, from my PC. But it plays from this iPad. It's a stream service. I can't remember what in the world it's called. Could you put the So Far Today little box up there?
It is here. It's over here on the side.
Clear over here on the side. Thank you.
I can move it over a little bit. What I used to do when it worked, and that was a defensive end run to McCaffrey that didn't go anywhere thanks to J.J. Watt. But what I used to do is I'd have the card, the pass rush matchup open, and that's why I'm in the habit of putting it way over here on the side.
I see.
But the pass rush matchup is broken now. If you have it up, you're going to crash. So yeah,
it stops the game dead, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's inconsistent, and I'm not even sure if the Strat folks have been able to replicate it. Because I don't know if they take the time to look at that stuff once they get the game out and they've done their one patch.
Yeah,
they kind of just put it to the side. It's a draw to Mac for 3 yards. So Tom's, he's fighting for his playoff life here. I mean, he only has to go 2-2.
Right.
But if you lose that first one at 7-5, and now suddenly it's 7-6, it puts a little more pressure on you. And there's so many good teams in SOMIFA this year that I think just about anybody can knock anybody else off. This might be his toughest game, though, talent-wise. You can look at his other games after this play. So 2nd and 7 here. Mike Davis in there. Davis has 10 unfatigued carries left. You can go 4 more. So 14 times he's got to worry about those short gains off tackle. And there he does worry about it, and it's a bomb to Traquan Smith, and he doesn't hit it. He hits the interception split. In a way, Brad's lucky because Tom would have called pass. That's a pick. But in a way, he's Brad's very unlucky because it could have hit one of these other big numbers. But Tom has got gotta move that out of the way for a second. He's got The Rams. Oh, they're pretty good. That's his toughest game. The Rams, Kansas City. Always got to play you. Oh
Mm.
no, you're Cleveland now. Are you
No,
Cleveland now? Or are you still
no, I'm
you're still
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City?
Yeah.
Are you going to change that name to Cleveland like you
No,
typically do in the off
no.
season?
This is
Stick.
Lawrence's. This is Lawrence's team.
Okay, fair enough. So stick with
Lawrence,
KC.
Kansas.
So maybe this is about his third toughest game because he's got you who has a really good team, Wayne who has a really good team, and then his last game is against the Giants, and they're pretty good too. Man, it's gonna be. Am I
Yeah,
wrong here? Yeah, the Giants are. Yeah, this is a.
this is
I
kind of
thought Tom
uphill.
had. I thought Tom had an easy walk into the park to the playoffs, but maybe it's tougher than I thought, and it will put more pressure on him if he loses here. So,
Oh, no
so
doubt.
have you started up any SSFA trade offers yet?
Oh, I got one coming soon. Yes, I
Oh,
do.
can you show me about it, or you don't want to give it away?
Does it matter? I mean, can we just share it now? Because I'm just
Yeah,
waiting.
sure.
Because I'm waiting for
Obviously,
some.
nothing's official. The other coach could
Nothing is
change his mind,
official. Just to
or
be
you could change
frank,
their mind.
this team is not going. It's funny. This is the first league that I had joined ever, and I believe this will be my fourth year in it. Maybe I think it's my fourth year, and I'm not expecting anything from this team again this year. But I am truly playing for next year. I've got some real studs that I mean, like Shaq Bennett. I mean, that was a pretty slick pickup.
Yeah, Shaq
Um,
Barrett.
Shaq Barrett, you're right. I
Although
got it.
although Shaq Bennett, a combination of Shaq Barrett and Michael Bennett,
And
that would
Michael
be a pretty
Bennett.
dang good player.
Wouldn't that be something else? Or Cornelius Bennett, you're right.
There you go.
Uh, yeah. So defensively, I'm going to be really stout next year, but I have been lacking a running back literally since day one in this league. And no, I didn't go pick up Adrian Peterson. I made a trade for Ezekiel Elliott.
Whoa, nice 8 yard pickup. So we've had two first downs by the Bears as they hit um, a short gain on Mike Davis's card for 14 yards, a square out left to Thomas that was benefited by the white die six, and now an 8 yard run by Davis. So he's down to 7 unfatigued carries, first and 10 at the Jet 37. So tell me about this deal. That must have cost you a pretty penny.
Number one.
Where did you pick in the first round?
It wasn't like in the top two or three. I think it was maybe 7, 8, 9, something like that.
Okay, so that's a fair deal for both you guys. I mean,
I think so. It might be a tiny little overpay, but I don't believe
I
so
don't
at
think
all.
so. I don't think
I
so
don't
because
think so.
usually Elliott, I think he got picked in those drafts when he was coming out. Screen left to Mike Davis for 9 yards as uh, it was a pass, but he had moved the linebackers to the line. But those
I mean,
Ezekiel was a top five pick. Ezekiel Elliott
yes, he
was a top
was.
five pick when he came out, and he's had
And
his struggles, but he is a bell cow back and looks to do so
by the
for a
time it comes
while.
out, that'll be a four. This will be his third card. Okay, so
Right.
he's only played 4 seasons. He's a 300 attempt a year back, right? 50 catches, 2 on top of that, so you don't have to worry about getting a third down back as well. I mean, I have needed a running back because you have to have a good running back there with Dak Prescott. Now his card will
Right.
be better next year, but if you don't, Tom has told me this a million times. If you don't have a back that scares the other team, you can't win. So
Yeah, so
I thought
inside run here tomorrow. Matt's going to bust it up the middle for 21 yards down to the
big
2
pickup,
yard line.
big pickup.
So now remind me, because I remember when Dak came out, did you have the choice in this league of
Oh,
Dak or Goff?
I did, and that basically was the first of many questionable picks that I've made that has kept
Well, I don't
Tom
know.
Cook
I
up at
mean,
night.
yeah, but if you look at what
Not
happened
now,
last,
not
yeah,
now. You're right.
I think you'd rather have Dak. Quarterback sneak to Ryan, and he's going to get into the end zone. So the
How about
Jets go
that?
down 7-3, pending the extra point, 6-3
Oh, I
now.
love this beautiful field, by the way.
Yeah, I'll set you up with my custom graphics. You just hook me up with a Team Viewer, and I'll load them for you.
You've got a video on how to put them up line, and I keep thinking, oh, I could do this, but that's a
It's
gorgeous
easy.
looking field. Isn't it beautiful?
It takes 5 minutes. The thing is, I don't update them ever. Like these were the fields in 2008.
That's okay. Who
So
cares? It looks great.
yeah, and even this logo is like New Soldier Field 2003 or 2000. I don't know what it says there.
It looks
So
awesome, though. Those
yeah,
end zones are where it's at, man.
that's fun.
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah.
reminds me a little bit of the 80s and 90s with that big NFC Pro Bowl
Yes.
style logo.
Every bit of that. What's funny about this SSFA team, and I'm sorry to keep, stealing the air
Oh,
out of this
well,
room.
real quick, 30-yard pickup as Brad
Bingo.
moved his middle linebacker and left it wide open for Tom to take advantage of it. And he loses Jesse Bates for the game. That's his
Oh,
starting free safety,
there
who
you
is a
go.
5. So
Well, at
that
least it's a
hurts.
4, right?
Yeah, he's got a backup. That's good.
Um,
Wait, so go ahead.
the retro league that we played in this year was fun because I took that crazy Minnesota front four, who all of them
Yeah.
had sack ability like crazy. But when next year rolls around, Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, and Clowney and Shaq Barrett, that's not
You
bad.
have you have
I've
all
never,
those guys in
yeah,
SSFA?
yeah.
Nice.
Jarrell Casey too, which I can deal for like an interior defensive lineman. It'll be interesting to see how Strat's going to figure Aaron Donald and Casey to think, are they defensive ends? Are they going to be defensive tackles? You never know. I wish that Strat would give the flexibility to allow defensive tackle or defensive end because Aaron Donald lines up in the middle. He lines up on the
Yeah.
outside. Casey does
Yeah.
that, or Casey does that as well. One of the big questions coming into autumn wind this year, last year I made a deal for Eddie Goldman when he was a 4. He winds up being a nose tackle 6, which is great. This year he kind of has a down year. When you go on Pro Football Focus, there's like 4 defensive tackles, all with about 450, 500 snaps. And so I'm thinking, wait a minute, was Chicago a 3-4 team or a 4-3 team? You can't even tell. And worse than that, if they do go 3-4, that means only one of those guys is wound up being a starter. And usually the bench tackles aren't nose tackles. They're listed as defensive tackles. And I really wish Strat would clean that up.
Yeah, that sounds like a good topic to talk
Glenn.
to our insider guy there. See if he can help us out.
Like if Goldman basically played a nose tackle 6 and then the Bears decided to go, Strat decides to go 4-3 with them. Now you've got Goldman. Let's say he's a 5. They downgrade him to a 5. Well, in my 3-4, he's going to be a 4. Now you can't tell me
Right.
that he went from a 6 to a 4 in one season. That just doesn't make any sense. They really need to have some because teams play they alternate between like a 3-3-5 and a 3-4 and a 4-3. Not every team plays the same defense every single time. Even our lads with the depth charts don't even have it listed that way. They still have them as a 3-4 team. It's
Right.
just crazy.
The big run there by McCaffrey on 3rd down and 3. It was a defensive tackle -1 or +9, and the defensive tackle was a 5, but it was a white. Now we've seen Tom hurt by the white die 6. Now he's helped out by the white die 6.
Hey, I know you know this, but McCaffrey became the 3rd player to rush for 1,000 and have 1,000 yards receiving in a season. Do you know the other 2?
Yes. Let's see, maybe Marshall Falk.
There's one.
I want to say John L. Williams, but I don't think he ever did it. The other one is got to be another Roger Craig.
Very
maybe?
good. Very good.
Yeah, one of those Niner backs.
Yep.
When they were in their apex in the late 80s. All right, 2nd and 7 here. Work out right to Ertz. Going to pick up 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. And time is running down in the first half. 1:22 to go as he gets out of bounds. 14 and 20 for Luck so far, but he's keeping it on the ground. His yards per catch or yards per attempt is pretty low. He's not airing it out too much. So
Ertz might miss the playoff game this weekend. They say he has a lacerated kidney. That would probably keep me home from work. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I would think so. Curls a Julio Jones. It's incomplete with 3 minutes down. So Tom's going to his moneymakers. A lot of McCaffrey, a lot of Jones, and a lot of Ertz. I mean, you got 3, a triumvirate like that. You're going to ride them. So it's a field goal for Janikowski to make it 7-6. So, all right. So what else you got going on in SSFA? It was just that one trade?
Yeah, so far that's pretty much it. I've seen some good stuff online though, with people offering some players that are young actually that they're wanting to deal. You deal like veterans that have been around. They had 10 years, but I've seen some people like I saw well, it doesn't matter the names, but I've seen some young, good talent on there that they're making available
Sure.
for whatever reason.
Well, if you
I
have excess at one position, you want to balance it out.
You do, and I'm again. You hate to keep saying, "Well, I'm playing for next year, playing for next year." I'm gonna have fun playing this year, but for example, you got like a safety, Demonte Kazee, who I picked too early. He's sitting there with a 5. Do I really need that in the secondary? This is a kind of league where basically you can make trades to say, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. You can basically deal a Kazee for a team that could use a safety now for somebody who's a 4, but is going to be a 5 based on your PFF research for the next year. So there could be some
Right.
decent talent that I could trade, trying to really build for a club next year. So
Tom has all 3 timeouts left, and Brad came out on first down and took a knee. If he does that 2 more times, he's going to have to punt with 45 seconds left. So let's see if he switches it up. He brought Mike Davis in. Maybe he took a knee thinking Tom would be happy to take a knee. There's an off tackle right to Davis. And this is an underrated thing. If you're Tom, you're happy to see him use those carries because he's not going to, in all likelihood, he's not going to threaten to score on this drive.
Right.
And you're taking away a few more of those Mike Davis carries,
right,
which can help you in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
You get down to 6 or 7. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So 7-6 Bears. Third down and 8. 2 seconds left. Probably gonna. Well, he does keep it on the ground. I was gonna say he's probably gonna keep it on the ground to make him use his timeouts. But a little conservative there. This gives Tom a chance to kick a field goal and take a 9-7 lead. But then again, if he would have been a little bit more aggressive, that could have resulted in a turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard to do either way. So 37 seconds left. Tom's at the 30. He needs to get 3 first downs, I think, to get into deep field goal range. Let's take a look at his kicker. Janikowski is he's got not bad range out to the 39, 2 through 6. So he gets it to the 39 or even the 40 and try to hope for the variable. He goes 3 wide.
Did Tom make a lot of trades before the season with Andrew Luck, knowing full well that this was going to be his last card?
Well, no, but he did make a couple trades. Like he moved up in the draft, and then in the first round, and then he moved that first rounder plus some other stuff to get up even higher to draft Sam Darnold. So let's look at we'll look at the New York Jets trades this year at halftime because they're probably going to take a quick break. So 1st and 10 here. So I don't think he made a lot of Tom's never that type. He's never wanted to say, "Oh, I'm selling out for this year." He'll make some trades for like mid to late round picks to fill certain spots with veterans. But for the most part, he loves drafting too much, and he wants to have a competitive team for a long time.
Sure.
It's a button hook to McCaffrey for 18 yards. That's
great.
Exactly what he needed.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't have any timeouts left, though, so he's going to have to spike it.
Spike it, yep.
Yep, so he's got 22 seconds left. He needs 2 more first downs or 1 more good first down like that.
Who's his kicker?
Janikowski, who's 2 through 6 from 33 to 39.
Yeah.
And he's 2 through 9, I think, inside that range. So Tom being very deliberate here, looking to take advantage of Brad's conservativeness to make him pay for being a little timid on that last drive. A knee and 2 runs. So traded away a punt returner for a 10th. He traded away Wendell Smallwood for a 4th.
He's got a nice card.
He does, but when was he going to play with Christian McCaffrey taking up all the juice along with Frank Gore? So he goes to Mark Andrews out of a fullback 4 wide set. And look at those 4 wide receivers. Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore, Julio Jones, and Allen Robinson. It's a bomb to DJ Moore.
Wow.
Single covered. And here comes the pass rush. I wonder if it's caused by one of those defensive ends. Yeah, it was caused by J.J. Watt, even though the sack shows to Jalen Smith. You see the test was J.J. Watt's 11 against Juwan James's 5. And he spikes it again. So it'll be 4th and 15. Now this is the interesting time to spike.
Oh
If he
God.
gets sacked again, he'll
Yep.
turn the ball over and give it back to Brad. That's an unlikely scenario, but if you were somebody like me, and you know just throw all caution to the wind, you bring a full house, you bring everybody to the line, and free
Mm-hmm.
safety blitz him. Basically, take a shot at my forwards for the deep pass, but if you miss and I sack you, I'm going to have a field goal chance.
Yep.
So it's like one of those 10-point swing type deals.
That's worth it.
So he's got a field goal kicker that's 2 through 6 and 12 out to the 37.
Mm-hmm.
But he would need a sack here.
Yeah.
8 seconds left. And of course, the clock will stop on change of possession. It's a quick into Mark Andrews, and he misses. So he doesn't get the sack, but he also doesn't pick up the first down. And I don't know, with seeing what we saw from Brett earlier, he might just take a knee here, or he might take a shot. I mean, if you go deep with Ryan, he's got a long gain on 8. If you avoid the double teams that are surely coming by these linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
He goes 4 wide with Ian Thomas. Now, Ian Thomas has a max of 31. No reason to throw to him. There's no maximum on the wide receivers now. So you could get cute and try to throw a looking pass to one of them and try to hit the long gain on Snake Eyes, or you just throw it up there and hope that he doesn't double the right guys.
So there's no cap on gains for wideouts in this league.
Right, because of this new rule, do not limit wide receivers longest. It's a bomb to Shepard being double covered, and it's incomplete.
Okay.
So that's the half. The Bears are leading 7-6.
Wouldn't have been good anywhere else anyway at 32.
Yeah, let's keep looking. So he's got traded for a couple of picks. Okay, here's where he started moving up. He got the number 3 overall pick, and he traded number 1 overall New York Jets, his own number 1, and next year's number 1. So I was wrong. He didn't move up and then trade that pick. He just traded his own first-round pick plus the next year first-round pick to get up and take Sam Darnold. It's kind of cool to get the starting quarterback on your favorite team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. He got that 4 rated outside linebacker. So this is what you'll see Tom do. He doesn't trade away a high pick, but he traded away a 5th and a 10th to get a 4.03 outside linebacker. And then he cashed in one of his chips. He got Miami's number 1 for Tampa Bay's number 1. Oh, this is what he had to do to get up to number 2 to make sure he got Darnold. So he had to give up a little bit more than just getting that third overall.
Does the season start before the deadline? Because when I got into this, basically, I took over a team, so I didn't get a chance to make trades or do anything like that. Because I noticed
no trading once the season starts. The trade deadline comes before the season starts.
But what about the real NFL season? Because I just noticed something kind of funny on there that somebody had made a trade for Jamie Collins, who probably is going to be a 6th linebacker for New England this year for a 7th round pick.
Yeah, he offered him up. Uh-huh. Yeah, he offered up Jamie Collins, and I tried to get him, but by the time I answered the email, he'd already traded him. Hold on, take over for a second. I got to take a call.
Sure. Okay, so I don't know if we've gone back to the regular screen here. We're still stuck on the trade screen, but we're in halftime of a SOMIFA contest between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. And we will join the action here shortly as soon as Dennis gets off the phone. I wonder if I can see anything on here. If you're just listening to this broadcast and you're not associated with this league, we're playing Stratomatic Football, a card and dice game that was established by the Stratomatic Board Game Company out of Glen Head, New York, and they have a computer adaptation for this game that a lot of us play across the country. And SOMIFA, the Stratomatic, Stratomatic, Internet Football Association. It's one of the longest tenured leagues. I am just now a new member in this league, taking over for another club. But this is one of the longest tenured and reputed to be among the elite when it comes to tenured coaches. So there's some really top talented coaches in this. It's a 24-team league. So you don't have the talent spread quite as thin as what you'll see in the NFL. So where in Stratomatic you'll see ratings of zeros for some players. You don't see a lot of those in this league unless they're pass rushing linebackers or all out beasts when it comes to pass blocking. So usually you've got elite talent on these clubs, and some of the teams get a little bit stacked toward the top. But right now there's a dogfight to get into the playoffs, and it's like one of those things. Once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen.
Go. I'll shower. Of course, I tell you to take over, and then I don't even share the screen. But luckily, there was no kickoff while I took that phone call.
I took a minute to explain what SOMIFA is all about and how this is one of the longest tenured league. It's reputed to be among the most elite of Stratomatic coaches. And how about some background?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so he only got a 7th round pick. I tried to email him to offer that 7th round pick, but I didn't get it in time. I really could have used him, but sometimes you got to be really quick on those emails.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I do feel a little derelict in my duties as far as SSFA is concerned, but I'm just trying to drill through, finish up SSF, S28 on a high note and get into the playoffs there. I love Autumn Wind, and I'm trying to do my best to get the playoffs there, but at 5-7, that's pretty much a pipe dream. The SFFDL, that's getting down to the nitty gritty here. So, and then I don't have SOMIFA games played, so I got to get these in too. So it's like, oh, geez, there's a draft coming up. But I guess I won't have to worry about it if I have the 1st and 2nd round pick off the boards.
Right. Makes
That's
sense.
where Barrett went. So.
Yeah, but that was such a good trade for you. That
God,
work out fantastic.
Yeah.
He led the league in sacks.
That's the funny thing about this community. And we all love what Tom does for this sport, and the draft shows that he does, they're great. He's opinionated. He's fun to listen to. I told him that one time my family was up to see my brother who lives in West Virginia, and it was a 2-hour drive. And I was listening to his broadcast. I was putting them on YouTube, and my mom was listening. Who is that? And I told him who it was. And she said, well, that sounds like a professional. And he does. He takes these broadcasts to heart, and he really enjoys doing it. And my mom told me to turn it up because she liked listening to him. And we appreciate what he does. Cool. But what makes him cool is that he's opinionated. And, you don't have to agree with everything he says. Believe me, I don't. But I can't tell you how many people were emailing me just after that one weekend that he had 3 sacks to begin the year. I think he had like 5 sacks in the first 2 or maybe 3 weeks. And people were emailing me like out of nowhere, even if they weren't involved in the trade, and were saying, oh, see, that trade turned out to be a better one, right?
Right.
Stick to your guns, that sort of thing. But that's what makes this fun, is this is a community. And people don't just care about their team. They follow the game as a whole and how it relates to our leagues. And I mean, that's a lot of fun. That's enjoyable.
Yeah, you can't draft based on what Tom's going to say. You have to draft based on your own convictions, because we're all wrong, or we're all wrong some of the time, and we're all right some of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see an opportunity, like I don't think he liked me trading maybe for Matt Judon, because it wasn't clear what kind of role he would have.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I think Judon's going to be a really good player for a long time in that Baltimore defense.
Well, and we've made trades before that I have some guys that are old in the tooth. They're going to help you because your team is in a position to win and mine is rebuilding. And I'm sure there's been trades that you've made that have made a difference, but then a couple of years later, some of those younger players turn out to be. Levante David is a prime example. I can't remember who you dealt him to me for, but my gosh, I've had a 6-rated linebacker in, one of my leagues forever. And what kind of
that was a terrible trade for me. I think I was trying to get my secondary short up, and maybe it was
it was SFFDL.
Yeah, it was one of those cornerbacks. What was that? Gosh, why can't I remember his name? But he the guy who ruined the Seahawks Super Bowl with that interception on the goal line. I think he was a sixth then, and I was trying to
Oh,
shore up.
yeah.
Oh no, maybe that was that was somebody else. That was a different trade.
I was gonna say that's Malcolm Butler. That wasn't him.
Yeah,
You
Malcolm
actually
Butler.
got him for me in Autumn Wind. I remember that when I kind of
Right.
missed the first couple rounds of a draft.
Yeah, yeah, mixes things up. So,
It's a lot of leagues. It's hard to keep track of every team that you have, unless it's Russell
sure.
Wilson. Then you pretty much know every.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, I think I messed that up. Let me do it again. All right, so yeah, we can look at that since we're in a kind of an unknown delay here. That's what's cool about SFFDL
Mm-hmm.
is that all the trades from all the years are in that one trades tab. So league spreadsheets and SFFDL. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so bring that up. Still, we're in a delay here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to fill time here on a broadcast. Okay, so the trades tab. Let's find Levante David. So I gave you Levante Davis, Carlos Dansby, and Dre Kirkpatrick for KJ Wright. And at the time, KJ Wright was a six. And KJ's had his fair share of sixes, but he's
Mm-hmm.
getting up there over the hill.
Yep.
And you certainly benefited in that trade.
Sure.
So, but that, like I said, everybody makes good trades. Everybody makes mistakes. I was trying to get a maybe excellent pass D or run D for that year to give me another title.
Yeah, but
And
that's my point, though. I mean, think about
yeah,
it. Wasn't that when you were making the run where you won 30 some odd games in a row?
could have been for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure it would have been in that time. So that trade helps. Of course it does. And you were getting
yeah,
rid of some not spare parts. Devontae was the key to that trade, but
yeah. And he was really undercarded that year. I think he was like a 0.4, 0.5 or something crazy like that.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
uh, I hope Tom's okay. I hope they haven't started without us.
Oh, wait a minute. Is the kickoff bug still here? The halftime bug?
I don't think so.
I haven't
I'm just
noticed it.
Oh, maybe so. Let me exit and come back in again. Oh, there he is back. I was just about to leave. I was just about to leave. So here's the kick. And my animation's a little slow right now because I have a lot of tabs open and stuff. If your memory's low, a reboot can help it.
Mm-hmm.
Can help things come back to life. So the Bears will get the ball first, 7-6, needing to put a drive together to keep Tom, under pressure. Because Tom's
So you said
offense.
they're 5-7 coming into this game?
No, 7-8. So the Bears are 7-8,
okay.
and the Jets are 7-5.
Okay. So judging by the schedule, this is pretty much must win.
It isn't. Yeah, well, not must win because like I said, they can go 2-2 and still wind up in the mini playoffs. They can finish 9-7 just by going 2-2.
But with
But
the
I'm sure
schedule, this is the most winnable one that they have. I think this is close to
yes,
must win.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
When you schedule, let me know when you schedule with Tom.
Sure.
Maybe I'll broadcast that one too if I have time.
Okay.
2nd and 6. Mike Davis is in the game. He's down to 6 unfatigued carries. He's gone deep to Traquan a couple times after he brought Davis in, kind of showing him that, hey, I'm going to run, hoping Tom calls run and then hitting a bomb. This is a square out left to Michael Thomas, picks up 11 yards. First 10 out to the 40. It's a nice opening couple of plays there for the Bears. And I think the Bears have a good enough team to be in the playoffs, but he just got unlucky in a couple games. And like I said, this seems to me to be such a deep year for SOMIFA. Bomb to Traquan again, trying to get up there, and he misses it. Let's look at the standings for SOMIFA. So you're here at 8-4, so you're in a great spot. But look at how many playoff teams are already in the playoffs or close to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14 or 15 teams.
Oh, wow.
With the playoffs.
Wow.
Only 11 official playoff spots. So they'll have a mini playoff for the teams that are like 15 to 12, 10 to 15 or something like that, where they'll play it off to get those last two spots settled. Off tackle left to Davis picks up 6, even with a man in the zone. Mike McGlinchey makes a block. So I'm definitely going to need you to take over the rest of the broadcast at some point because my wife's headed home from the store.
Sure.
And I got to do some things with her.
How do you wrap this up? I don't even know where this thing goes.
Text me when it's over, and I'll come over and hit in broadcast.
Oh, okay.
It goes to my YouTube channel. There's a little in broadcast button here. 3rd and 4 now. The bomb on first down was incomplete. 6-yard run on second down, nearing midfield. If he can get 4 yards, he'll have a first down in Jet territory. Square out left to Mike Thomas. He does pick it up. So first and 10 down to the 47 of the Jets. So Matt Ryan's is such a great card. I think he was on the block at SSFA as somebody who's trying to, I think Butch was trying to trade him. But look at that card. That's just fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little older, but he keeps putting up quality seasons year after year.
He'll have a good one next year.
Inside run to Mac picks up another 6 yards. So a nice long drive here for the Bears. 2nd and 4 down to the Jet 41.
So he's got a strong front there on his 3-4 with the 6-6-5 across the middle. In your opinion,
right?
And I know there's been. I tell you, the guy who really does this, Ed Barrow, puts out those great, statistical breakdowns of all the cards. Can you get away with not moving your inside linebackers to plug up holes? In the middle on a 6-6-5.
Yeah, that result right there didn't make any difference whether a man was in the zone or not. So, it's about you still have to call a run, even with a 6 there, whether you plug or not. You can use the linebackers a little bit more liberally to flood the flats.
Correct.
You still need to bring somebody down once in a while, especially in starter situations. Another one here, 3rd and 4. He just picked up 3rd and 4 on the last 2 plays ago. So let's see what he does here. Crossing pattern to Traquan Smith, and it guessed wrong on his card, 16 yards, and now he's in the field goal range.
Wow.
Traquan has one of those fun yardage cards. Not a lot of hits. 12 of 18 so far for Ryan for 116. So he's doing the same thing Tom's doing, throwing a lot of flat passes. The yards per attempt is pretty low, but he has tried to hit a couple of deep shots. When you got Matt Ryan's card in the long game of 8, you got to do that throughout the game, whether you hit or not. At least you have that in the back of the mind of your opponent that he's got to keep his free safety back or worry about doubling your stronger receivers. Quick out right to Ian Thomas, being double covered by the free safety. Nice job there by Tom.
Nice call. Great call.
That would have been incomplete anyway, but still, it's nice. Those kind of things can get into your opponent's head, make him second guess himself. Here comes Mike Davis in on 2nd and long again. That's a fun card to have. I have SSFA. My SSFA team's not going to be that great this year, but it'll be fun with Wilson and a couple of freak running back cards. Off tackle left to Davis. Now he wants that on his card. It goes on Tom's card, so it's 3rd and 8. Looking for the offensive guard, +2, +7. Get your turn. boys were outside working in the yard and cleaning up the shed. I was cleaning the pool, so
Yeah.
got a nice day in the California sunshine.
Oh, that's good.
Still kind of cold, but it was fun.
Yeah. It's been in the 50s here, actually. It's been pretty mild
Yeah,
here
that's
in
about
this.
what it was here today. Maybe 60s, low 60s,
Hmm.
which is typical for California, 60s and 70s.
Hmm.
I imagine that 50s in Cleveland felt pretty good. This is still snow time for you guys, right?
Well,
Sometime?
we're really eastern Kentucky, basically. Cleveland's about 4 hours from us, but yeah, this
Oh,
is
okay.
very mild weather for us for sure. Oh,
Oh,
Sack, how you
pounding
doing?
out to Mike Davis, and he was bringing the heat. He's bringing the free safety blitz. That's going to push him out to the edge of field goal range. 4th and 17 to 32. Sometimes you got to be careful throwing those backs out of the backfield if you can't afford the sack. But Kaimi Fairburn nails it. 2 through 8, 11 and 12, and he rolled a 6.
That's funny that you mentioned that. The back coming out of the backfield, you got to be careful about that. What league was it that I was listening to? It may have actually been our retro league. And
Mm-hmm.
after we got done with the game, there was a nice long. Did they freeze? No, there it is. There was a really nice long discussion, and I can't remember who was bringing it up, but people have been talking strategy about where to line up your pass rushing linebacker, right linebacker versus left
Right.
linebacker. And the notion, of course, is, well, you don't want to jeopardize. Oh, it's a nice completion there for 12 yards. You don't want to jeopardize an open pass to your receiver, but at the same time, you're almost forced to keep your running back in, especially if you've got a monster pass rusher there. It's just the back and forth with it. It was really interesting. I would love it to have some strat veterans on here talk about pass rush and strategies.
Sure.
Pass rush is just so interesting to me, and there's so many different facets to it.
Yep. First down run up the middle to Gore is stuffed after that 12-yard guest run short pass to Zach Ertz. Yeah, the thing is, when the challenge comes up for the asterisk pass rusher, which the free safety is, it's going to go against the back. And if he's not there, it's an auto sack.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what you have to be worried about. But it's only 1 in 6 chance for the asterisk guy to come up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying never throw to him, especially if some guys like me bring in the house. Curl to Julio Jones being double covered turns into a 4-yard dump off. But if the guy is bringing the house, you can throw to the back out of the backfield in a flat pass, and you get his guess wrong receiver reading sometimes. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got to be careful airing it out too deep. Yeah, so like you said, that's a good topic for some strategy. We should do.
It really would. I would love to hear people talk about that because I know that's one. But the best teams that I have basically are ones with stand around defense. And I know that's not great, but it's the truth. I think that's why I do pretty well in those retro leagues is that I draft defense first and
Right.
try to get as many 5s and 6s on the field that I can. And especially when you've got pass rushing linemen, so you don't have to
Nice.
worry about sending linebackers.
Yeah, nice double team by Brad there on 3rd and 6. He double teamed Ertz. It was incomplete. And without the double team, if he had thrown to him the target, it would have been a 6-yard pickup and a first down.
Both these coaches are throwing some nice doubles out.
Yep. That's a big stop there as Brad fielded at the 9, and he'll start there. All right, I'm going to jump off now. I'm going to let you take over, okay?
All right, buddy. You take care. Okay, so Dennis is going to leave, so I'll take over here for just a little bit. We have 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Chicago leading the New York Jets 10-6. In this SOMIFA game, there's a pickup of 8 on the play. That's a completed pass from Matt Ryan, who was 13 of 20. And that was the backup tight end for Miami, Dylan Smythe. So 2nd down and 3. That's Mike Davis in the backfield. I believe he has 5 unfatigued carries remaining. You can see the Jets have a very stout front line there with a 6, 6, and a 5 across. And there's another completed pass. Guessed wrong. It'll go for 11 yards and a first down for Chicago. And that went to Traquan Smith. That's his third catch. So Ryan back throws. That pass across the middle is incomplete. And that was intended for Mack out of the backfield, who doesn't have a catch today. So 2nd down and 10. 2 tight end set. That's Dylan Smythe and Ian Thomas. That's Davis in the backfield. Ryan under center. That's an off-tackle run for Davis, and that's a big pickup of 14 yards on the play as he hits one of 3 short gain readings on guessed wrong. So he's a dangerous running back, even if it's a limited carry running back. But that'll move the ball close to midfield. Bears have it now at the 41, 1st and 10. And there's a quick hitter to Smythe, but it only goes for 1 yard. It's now 2nd down and 9. With the ball at the 42, 3:54 on a running clock here in the 3rd quarter. The Bears have been eliminated from the playoffs. They're 7-8. Their final game here in SOMIFA. The Jets are 7-5. They're going to need to split 2 of their last 4. 3 of their last 4 opponents are pretty tough. So this is not quite must win, but it's pretty close. And there is a quarterback sack. Ryan is dropped for 6-yard loss. It's now 3rd down and 15. Bears line up still in the 2 tight end set. 3rd down and 15 with the ball at the 36. So a big stop there, and barring something crazy, the Jets are going to get this ball back courtesy of that sack. So Ryan's just going to give this one off. And it's a pickup of 7 on the play. Well short of the 1st down marker. That was Marlon Mack on the run. So the Bears will punt. The Jets will field it at the 12. And immediately the runner is taken down. That's Tyler Irvin with the real-life Green Bay Packers. I believe at this time he was with the Houston Texans. So Luck under center. And there's the quick pass that's complete for 8 yards. And that's Cooper Kupp. So his wideouts are Cooper Kupp and Julio Jones. Luck over the middle. That's a quick pass, and it is complete for 7 yards on Luck's card. And that'll move the chains. 1st down. That is to McCaffrey. McCaffrey is the lone back in this 2 tight end set. And that is a quick pass that's going to get a couple of yards. That's a pickup of 4. Again, that's on Andrew Luck's card. That's to Mark Andrews of the real-life Baltimore Ravens. Who had an outstanding rookie campaign and, by extension, a very fine rookie card here in Strat. That's a pickup of 3 for McCaffrey on the defensive card. No linebackers there to plug the hole. But defensive tackle 3 or 27. Fortunately, defensive tackle is able to make the play. So McCaffrey again, lone back in the 2 tight end set. That's Andrews and Zach Ertz. A quality tight end combination there. Bears have a 4-3 defense. They do have a 4 at left linebacker, so let's see if Tom picks on it. McCaffrey back to pass. He does go to that side, and the pass is caught. It's a pickup of 7 on the play, and it was to their tight end, Zach Ertz. who has 6 catches for 50 yards in the contest. And again, another first down. Move the chains for the Jets. Here's a quick pass to Ertz. He's able to pick up 3 on the play. And it's now 2nd down and 7. So that's Andrew Luck under center. Will this be the final Stratomatic card that we will ever see for the Stanford product, who abruptly retired before the season? Luck hands off to McCaffrey, who goes up the middle and picks up 3 yards. Guessed wrong. Only a pickup of 3. So again, it's 3rd down and 4. This time they go with an I formation. And that is McCaffrey around the end. Guessed wrong. And that is a pickup of 8 yards on the play and a first down. So McCaffrey now 9 carries, 443 yards. 2 tight end set now. Al Gore, that's right. Got Gore in the backfield, the ageless wonder. Frank Gore picks up 2 on the play. That was on the defensive card. Pretty strong line going in that direction. Bookend 6s, 4 and 5 in the middle. Luck is back. He is going to throw deep this time, and he will throw an interception. That ball is picked off at the 12 and returned all the way to the 37-yard line. That is the defensive back, Chinde Awube, or whatever his name is, for the Cowboys. So that ball is picked off at the 12. He returns it to the 37, and the Bears will take over. That was a deep shot for Julio Jones. And there's a quick pass.
So how far down the field? I just came back in to say hi. How far down the field were the Jets? Were they close to scoring?
Well, they were at midfield. He threw a bomb, and it was picked off at the 12 by Awuzie or whatever his name is, the Cowboys defensive back, and he returned it out to the 36.
Yeah, Tom's talked about how his offense has struggled at times this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's a double team to pass to Ian Thomas, double team correctly, and the dump off goes for 30. Wow. Who was the recipient of that pass? It looks like Marlon Mack. What is his max receiver? I don't even know what max.
I was going to say that's.
Oh, he only went 29 yards, so it was
okay.
That's 29. So
he flipped the field there.
Okay, back to you. I gotta go.
All right, buddy. All right. So a nice break there for the Bears. A 29-yard swing pass, and there's another swing pass. That one's going to pick up some yards too. Look at that. Nice pickup of 13 on the play. White dice 6 rule in play there, so you get the short gain, 0 men in zone. And that's Marlon Mack again. So 2 catches for 41 yards for Mack. And there's a pass that is complete. That'll pick up 8 on the play. Defense gets run. That was a flat pass. Intended for and completed to Michael Thomas with 5 catches for 32 yards. So again, 2 tight end set. Ian Thomas and Dylan Smythe. Ryan under center, 2nd and 2. Does he look for Traquan Smith deep? Nope. He plays it conservative. That's a run up the middle and a big run for Davis on the defensive card, no less. That's a pickup of 11 on the play. And so the Bears are in business here. Already winning 10-6, knocking on the doorstep. 1st and goal to go at the Jets' 4-yard line. And there is a run and a touchdown run at that. Defense gets past. That was another run there for Davis, who has 13 carries for 94 yards and a score. And the Bears have extended their lead now to 17-6. 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. So it's getting to be crunch time for the Jets, Jets. Jets 7-5 heading into this contest. The Bears 7-8 trying to play spoiler and even up their mark in SOMIFA, one of the most competitive in all the Stratomatic leagues across the country. Here's a deep pass, and that is going to be knocked away at the last moment. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Julio Jones. He has 3 catches already for 57 yards. Second down, Luck looking across the middle, and that pass sails incomplete. That was intended for Cooper Kupp. Defender extra short gain. Guarded by a 6. So that's an automatic incomplete. And there is a pass that is completed on Andrew Luck's card. It's a pickup of 11 on the play. And a first down. That went to Robinson. That's his first catch of the game. That's a run around the end for McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 6. Second down and 4. Running clock, 7:12 to go. Ball at the 42. The Jets 42. Luck, a quick pass over the middle, and that one is caught. And another first down. That's hauled in by McCaffrey. It's an 8-yard pickup and another first down. 5 catches, 51 yards for McCaffrey. Luck hands this one off to McCaffrey. He goes up the middle and picks up 12 on the play. Came up with the center reading there, and the center is a 5. So that is a 12-yard pickup for McCaffrey. Now he has 61 yards on 11 carries. And there's a dump-off pass, a 20-yard pickup. To Zach Ertz. 8 catches for 73 yards now. So earlier in the last drive, the Bears had a 30-yard dump-off pass, and now the Jets get the benefit of a 20-yard pass. There is a 7-yard reception. I think that went to Andrews, yeah. Pickup of 7 on the play for Andrews. So to their credit, the Jets have moved down the field and down the field quickly, which was very, very important after the interception on the last drive that led to a score by the Bears. They find themselves trailing by 11. McCaffrey makes his way out of bounds and stops a yard short of the marker. 4:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. The Jets are trailing 17-6. So 3rd down and 1 with the ball at the 10. Flat pass still in play. Luck is looking across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. So decision time here for Tom Cook, who trails by a touchdown and field goal. Does he go ahead and take this field goal and put the points on the board? He does not. He decides to go for it. So 4th and 1. That is Trey Madden, a 5-rated blocking back at fullback there in front of McCaffrey. Luck is straight under center. That's Zach Ertz on the side. So here comes the call. Jets don't convert here. It's pretty much the ball game. Well, they convert and then some as McCaffrey. A short gain guessed wrong by the Bears. Well, on 4th down, decided to select a pass play. Tom Cook crosses up the Bears. McCaffrey with 11 yards. Now with 71 yards on the day, but that's academic at this point. Here now becomes one of the bigger plays of the game as the Jets are trailing 5-5, and they could cut it to 3 with a successful conversion here. So full house backfield. And that's a pass across the middle, and it is caught. So the 2-point conversion is successful. That was on Andrew Luck's card.
All right, I'm back for the last 4 minutes. So
excellent. All right.
So what happened with them?
Nice drive for the Jets. Very efficient. Only took them 3 minutes to get down the field. McCaffrey with a 12-yard run. With a 12-yard run, and then full house backfield. Quick pass to McCaffrey, the end zone on Andrew Luck's card, makes it 17-14. So they convert the 2 points.
Nice. It's a good thing I came back too. It looks like we would have crashed it on that kickoff. That still happens sometimes.
That's the first I've seen that.
Yeah, not all, not like it did before, but it's still something to worry about. So 2nd and 10, we must have had an incomplete pass there, first down.
I would have texted you. I would have gotten hold of you somehow. Kick the machine, make it come back on.
So second.
That was a nice drive. It was really, really a nice drive by the Jets because they did it quickly. It was very efficient. He hit some good numbers.
So was it obviously mostly through the air with Luck?
Correct.
So Brad's complaining about the 6th long pass without a hit. Brad, you're winning in the 4th quarter.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you can't get everything. Slant to Ian Thomas, 11-yard pickup. See, then you complain, and then right away you get some good luck. I mean, not that was lucky with Matt Ryan, but you know what I mean.
I complain to myself. I throw things and then know that the luck's going to come back eventually. So that's just me getting upset. But
I hope you don't. I hope you don't have any pets.
No, okay. Gosh, no, or any. No neighbors either. They can't hear me scream.
I knew one strat coach that he gave up playing online because when he would play, his wife would go in another room. His daughter would go upstairs and hide under the bed.
Big run.
He was one. Yeah, there you go. Short gain on Davis's card. He conserved those carries very well. 2 minutes to go. 2:06 to go, 4th quarter, pressure cooker, season here. Yeah, pushing for the playoffs. It's funny because Tom did not go with the onside kick; he kicked it deep because there was enough time left.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny. It's like if you go for the onside kick and the guy gets into field goal range quicker, and you can stop him and hold him to a field goal, at least you'll get the ball back for a chance. Like, if a couple more first downs here, and this is over without him having to kick a field goal. Square out Thomas, great call. 9-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
I'm in a lot of leagues, so I can't tell you which one it happened, and nor would I want to say how it happened exactly. But I maddened a guy the other day.
Oh yeah, tell me.
So this team was driving, and they had the ball inside of my 6. And I basically called a ridiculous defense that had no chance of working so that he could score a touchdown so that I could preserve enough time on my clock to go down and score a touchdown to win. Because basically, if he would have taken 3 knees and kicked a field goal, he would have won.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty slick. I wish I'd videoed it because that was every bit of Texas Hold'em strategy. It was the craziest thing. But I just knew I had to figure out some sort of defense I had to think opposite of what he was thinking, so that he would score quickly.
Yeah. Big play here. We got an incomplete pass there on 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and it's going to be an 11-yard hookup. Matt Ryan to Marlon Mack, and that is going to make it very difficult for Tom to come back. He needs a turnover now. So you were winning. You were losing. You were winning by 2. You kind of let him score, and then you got the ball back and drove for a touchdown.
I think I was winning by 4, I believe, and so he.
Well, you said a field goal would win it for him.
And I thought that was right too, but actually I needed for him to score a touchdown as fast as he could because I knew there was no way I was going to stop this team at all. And so I decided that the better way, instead of him getting it in from, I think it was one of those crazy things where he had the ball where the first down marker was at the 1 or the 2. And so a first down would have taken up even more time. And what are the odds of stopping a team 4 times in a row from the 1 or 2? So I just wanted him to score, basically. I knew what was happening here, basically. And I decided the odds would be better for me to have the ball with a couple of timeouts left rather than – I didn't even want to waste the timeouts, basically. I wanted the ball with a couple of timeouts left. And it, for whatever reason, worked out. I think it was actually SSFS, your Strat Fan Forum League.
Got it, SFFTL.
Well, we'll go back and look at the transcript of the game.
3rd and 1 here. 52 seconds left. This is the game. Quarterback sneak or a line buck for Mac. That's my prediction.
All right.
He does go sneak. Linebacker in right zone stuffs him. So Tom
stuffs him. All right.
Call timeout here. Of course, Brad should kick a field goal and go up 6, but I could see him wanting to go for it and end it.
I think he goes for it.
No, he kicks a field goal. 2 through 10 is good. So 20-14. Tom he'll have 37 or 30 seconds left to give a touchdown with no timeouts.
Yeah,
he goes with a squib kick, so he'll have 30 seconds from the 19. Nice move there by Brad. So it's pretty much over, but the crying here, unless there's some good luck that comes Tom's way.
Mm-hmm.
I had a game where I was winning in the last minute, and I ran the ball 3 times, punted it with 30 seconds left. The guy hit his a long gain on 2, plus 65, and won the game on a kick return with no timeouts left. So you never know, but now he's on the punt return part, and it doesn't look like Tom had an impact kick return anyway. Bombed a cup, incomplete. That'll take it to 22 seconds. And remember, you cannot get out of bounds on a long pass.
Right.
You have to complete it and spike it. But he's got everybody here can go the distance because Mark Andrews has a 74-yard longest. So I guess he can't go the distance. He can go 74 yards. Fly to Julio Jones being double covered. And that was a long gain, 8 on Luck's card. If he had just thrown it to another receiver,
yeah.
He went to Julio Jones. If he'd have thrown it to Mark Andrews on that one, could have been some juice. 15 seconds left now, 3rd and 10. It's and he gives a bomb to DJ Moore, single cover, but he hits the 9 instead of the 8. So here we go. Could be the last play of the game here. Actually, it is the last play of the game because there's no way for Tom to get out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's either going to be a bomb for a touchdown or an incomplete pass or an interception. I guess interception, he'd have to do one more kneel down. But
I think Luck should intentionally fumble here and then somebody pick it up and run for a touchdown. Your odds might be better.
There you go. So it's not the last play because they'll change a possession. They'll take a knee. Yeah. But the Bears win it 20-14. And, when you're going to miss the playoffs, you might as well take out another guy if you can. And that's what Brad did here. He'll finish 8-8 on the year in SOMIFA. This moves Tom and the Jets to 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
And they now need to go 2-1 in their last 3 games against some pretty stiff competition. And one of those being you. So let me know when you guys play. Let's take a quick look at the box score. 20-14 Bears. The Bears had more first downs, more yards. Just a struggle on offense for Tom again. McCaffrey only 11 carries, despite averaging 6.5 yards per attempt. He only saw the ball 11 times. He depended on luck. And when you do that 45 times, you're going to run into what happened here on that pick.
Kind of broke his own rule.
Yeah, well, it gave Brad, stopped that drive, gave Brad good field position, and he was able to stem the tide and keep the Jets off the scoreboard. So
that was a fun game. I like it.
It was fun. Thanks for joining me, man. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. Now
Tom says there's a good chance he won't be making the playoffs. He still has a chance.
Oh yeah, he's got me on the schedule, so he's got a chance.
Hey, You got to step up, man. You got to step up and
eliminate him. Yeah, okay, that's not.
Yeah. I'm not eliminating him, but make it tough. You have the better
Yeah.
team. You got to just coach it up. Coach it up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's hard
All
not to. That he gave me an all-star team. It's hard not to. Thanks, Dennis, for letting me play.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
See you, buddy.
Bye bye.